So let me ask you this, because you mentioned three different certifications,
Hmm.
and obviously it's key for at least to get started. Obviously you have to have one, but I'm
Hmm.
guessing, as you indicated, you've got more than one, and I'm guessing there is some additional benefit to having more than just one.
Hmm.
Um, Talk about the benefit of that, and how can someone keep growing by adding additional certifications in the area of Scrum?
Well, I mean, like I said, when I started out with my CSM, it thrusted me into six figures, right? And then I got my Safe Scrum Master certification. And that just opened up even more doors because now I'm dealing with a totally different level of, or was dealing with a totally different level of Scrum teams
Hmm.
and the way in which the framework was ran. Now, moving from that to an SPC, I mean, just elevates it even more. So, having multiple certifications just continues to grow you. Now, I know some people will look at the cost of certification sometimes and shy away, but I say, first of all, invest in you, whatever that cost may be,
Hmm.
because you are ultimately the leader and the controller of your professional growth and development. But secondly, also look and see if the organization would pay for you to obtain a certification.
Mm.
I mean, most companies do. Leverage your organization, allow them to help you get your certification and continue to grow.
That's that. Well, okay, now you speak my language. The key word is investing in yourself, or the key phrase is investing in yourself. And so, if I understood you correctly, with all of these, the three types of certifications that you mentioned: CSM, RTE,
Yes.
SPC, right?
That's what I
Yes.
have.
Yes. Okay. You got all of them?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I knew that. But anyway, okay. But the reason why I asked that question is because you said, now, if I'm not mistaken, the SPC puts you in a unique position to do what again?
It allows me to teach.
Teach what?
So if someone's looking for a safe Scrum Master certification, I can hold a class and
Mm, you can hold a class.
teach the content. I can teach the content. I have taught the content,
Yeah.
for people to get their certification.
So you can teach people who want to be Scrum Masters how to be Scrum Masters.
That I can.
Okay. All right. You've provided an awful lot of information. Okay. But if you could give one solid piece of advice to someone who may be on the fence, someone who says, you know what, I see people being Scrum Master, I see what they're doing, and yeah, but it's expensive, and I don't know if I have the money to do it. I mean, but it may not necessarily be about the money, but for someone who just simply may be on the fence, contemplating whether or not this is something they should do, what would be that one piece of advice that you would give?
My advice is coming from Nike, and it's just do it. And I say just do it because you have to invest in you. No one's going to invest in you but you. And I've heard someone else say, Ken, you're going to know where I'm getting this from. If you don't pay, you don't pay attention.
Mm, that's true.
And I'll be honest, I thought deeply about paying for my certification, and let me just be transparent.
Please.
When I obtained my very first certification, I got a CSM. That CSM certification cost me $2,000. But that CSM $2,000 course thrusted me into $100,000 position plus. So I think my return on investment
Hmm.
was pretty good. I haven't done the math and the percentages, but I think that was a pretty good percentage.
And
So, if you're really thinking about it and you really want to grow and you really want to develop, don't allow anyone around you or even yourself to stop you from growing. Take the chance on you and do it.
okay. So, this platform is about entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. But the thing about the CSM kind of sticks out to me. And I just want to make sure that I want to clarify. You're saying that there are no prerequisites other than obviously you need a certification. But of the 3 certifications that you mentioned previously, the CSM, the RTE, and the
SPC.
SPC, you don't necessarily need a CSM or an RTE in order to get a good grief, an XYZ,
Okay,
right?
a QMX, DMX.
Okay.
Let me just.
In other words, you one isn't necessarily a prerequisite for the other, correct?
I would, in my personal and professional opinion, would be if you're going to get up to an SPC,
Take the
then you need to
CSM.
have, if you're going up to an SPC or you're looking at high tier leadership
Right.
within the agile space, my recommendation is to be able to get one of the 3 that we talked about, CSM, SSM, or PSM, and then get an RTE certification and then a SPC certification. So, take the steps to get the certifications and leverage. If you don't want to pay out of pocket, leverage your organization. But if you can't leverage your organization, I'm telling you up front, it's worth the investment in yourself.